While you scroll through your phone, warships are moving, missiles are locked, and satellites are watching. A global war could start without warning, and some countries would be hit first without a chance to respond. These aren't guesses. They're real-world scenarios based on geography, alliances, and strategy. Let's break down the top 10 countries that could be wiped out in the first wave of World War III. Number 10. Poland. Poland is seen by many as a peaceful nation in Central Europe. But behind its scenic cities and calm streets lies a dangerous truth. Poland is one of the first places that could be struck if a major war erupts in Europe. Why? Because it's right next to Kaliningrad, a Russian military stronghold loaded with troops, missiles, and nuclear weapons. And Poland is a proud member of NATO. That's good for defense, but it also paints a target on its back. With United States soldiers already stationed at key bases, and aircraft ready for rapid deployment, Poland becomes a launch pad for NATO. And that makes it a threat to opposing powers. So in a surprise attack, Poland wouldn't just be involved, it could be ground zero. Number 9. Ukraine. The world already knows Ukraine is under attack. But what many people don't realize is that this war might only be the beginning. Ukraine lies in a key spot between the West and Russia. It's not a nuclear power, but its location is priceless. In a global conflict, both sides would either try to control it or destroy it to prevent the enemy from using it. This means Ukraine could be flattened in the first wave of strikes, not just by one side but possibly by both. Its cities, energy grids, and transport routes would be high-priority targets. And sadly, with millions already displaced, another level of destruction could leave nothing behind. Number 8. Lithuania. Lithuania is a small country with a population under 3 million. But its risk is massive. Here's why. There's a narrow piece of land called the Suwalki Gap. It connects Lithuania to the rest of NATO through Poland. And just across the border? Russian forces in Kaliningrad and Belarus. If conflict starts, cutting off this gap would isolate the Baltic countries, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, from Western help. In military simulations, Lithuania often becomes one of the first targets. Its small size and limited defenses mean that even a short missile barrage could do irreversible damage. And the worst part? NATO is obligated to defend it. So one strike here could light the fuse for full-scale war across Europe. Number 7. Taiwan. Taiwan is often in the headlines for tensions with China, but in a real war, this small island could vanish before most people understand what happened. It sits in one of the most contested waters on Earth, just across from China. Taiwan produces the world's most advanced microchips, used in everything from phones to fighter jets. So, whoever controls Taiwan controls a major chunk of the world's tech. But that value makes it a target. China claims Taiwan as its own. If a major conflict erupts, especially between the United States and China, Taiwan will be the first battlefield. Taiwan has defenses, but experts warn it may not survive a surprise attack. In just a few hours, its factories, ports, and cities could be turned to dust, triggering a global economic collapse in the process. Number 6. South Korea. South Korea is rich, modern, and powerful. But it's also living on the edge of danger. Right across the border lies North Korea, a hostile regime with thousands of guns pointed at Seoul, the capital. That border is only 35 miles away. And in case of war, North Korea could rain down tens of thousands of shells in just an hour. And that's just the beginning. South Korea also has United States bases, which means any attack there would immediately involve America. Add in North Korea's missiles and possibly nuclear weapons, and South Korea becomes one of the deadliest flashpoints on Earth. Despite its economic strength and high-tech military, South Korea's geography leaves it exposed. If war erupts in Asia, this country would be in the firestorm from the first second. Number 5. Japan. Japan is known for peace, prosperity, and innovation. But beneath that calm surface lies a dangerous position in the global chessboard. Surrounded by China, North Korea, and Russia, Japan is right in the middle of some of the world's tensest military zones. And it hosts dozens of American military bases, making it a key partner but also a massive target. In a global conflict, enemy forces wouldn't wait. They'd try to neutralize those bases right away. Cities like Okinawa, Sasebo, and even Tokyo could be in the line of fire within minutes. Japan does have missile defenses, but even those systems can be overwhelmed. And because it depends heavily on trade, even a short-term war could break its economy. Japan rebuilt once after World War II, but the next time, there might not be anything left to rebuild. Number 4, Israel. Israel has one of the best defense systems on the planet. The Iron Dome, advanced jets, intelligence tech, it's all cutting edge. But you know, in a global war, even the best systems might not be enough. Israel is surrounded by hostile forces on nearly all sides. Tensions with Iran, Hezbollah, and other groups mean it's always on high alert. In a broader war, it could become the first place to erupt in full-scale combat. And here's the scary part. It's a small country. Over 9 million people live in an area smaller than New Jersey. That means a few direct hits could cause massive loss of life and infrastructure. Israel is also a key U.S. ally. That means a strike on Israel could drag America and other NATO countries into the conflict instantly. It's not just a target, it could be the spark that sets off everything. Number 3, Germany. Germany is peaceful, powerful, and organized. But, you know, that calm could be shattered instantly in a global conflict. It's home to U.S. military command centers like Ramstein Air Base, which play a huge role in NATO operations. If war breaks out, those command points would be some of the first things enemies target. And while Germany has a strong economy, its military has struggled with underfunding and aging equipment. It's not fully prepared for a sudden large-scale war. In a surprise attack, Germany could lose more than infrastructure. It could lose its ability to respond. Energy, communication, transportation. Germany depends on systems that could be disrupted in moments. So, while many think of Germany as safe and stable, the truth is, it's sitting in one of the most exposed chairs in the NATO lineup. Number 2, United Kingdom. The UK has a rich military history, but in today's world, it's no longer protected by oceans. Modern missiles don't care about distance, they care about importance. And the UK is very important. It hosts crucial radar stations, cyber defense hubs, and US military bases. These assets make it a partner in defense and a priority target in war. Cities like London, Portsmouth, and Glasgow could be targeted to disrupt command systems and economy. Britain's financial systems are deeply tied into the global economy. A cyber attack or missile strike on London's financial district could send shockwaves through markets around the globe. And here's the terrifying truth. The UK's nuclear arsenal is small and mostly stored in Scotland. One accurate strike could knock it all out. Britain may still be strong, but in the next world war, its role as a central player means it's also a bullseye. Number 1, Italy. Italy might seem like an unlikely first target, but that's exactly why it could be hit before anyone's ready. It's home to massive US bases like those in Naples and Aviano. These bases are vital for NATO operations in Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. That makes them high-value targets for any opposing force. Italy also has over 7,000 kilometers of coastline. That makes it nearly impossible to fully defend. A surprise naval or drone assault could cripple ports like Genoa, Venice, or Trieste, and shut down trade and resupply routes for NATO. Economically, Italy is strong but vulnerable. High debt, reliance on imports, and slow political decisions have left its defenses underprepared. In a sudden war, it could struggle to respond in time, and because it's a NATO founding member, an attack here doesn't just affect Italy, it affects everyone. We often think the next big war will happen in some far-off place, or that it will come with warning signs. But the reality is very different. Modern war is fast, ruthless, and leaves no time for goodbyes. The countries on this list aren't doomed by weakness. In fact, most are strong, wealthy, and powerful. But their strength and strategic value are exactly what make them first in line when missiles start to fly. And in the next war, there may be no time to react, only to survive. So if this video made you think differently about global safety, hit that subscribe button. Like and share this with someone who needs to see it. And drop a comment. Which country do you think the world is underestimating the most? Stay safe, stay aware, and we'll be back with more insights you won't hear on the evening news.